And good evening and welcome to North Ridgeville as we have non-conference boys basketball game tonight. It'll be the North Ridgeville Rangers entertaining the Brookside Cardinals. Rob Polinsky, Jared Kozar with you, and Nick Hershey doing the camera work on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page. Want to thank our sponsors, Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Lorain County Community College, Cobos Insurance Center, Stewart's TV and Appliance, and Eco Tree Services. Jared, the Brookside Cardinals, this is their first game of the year, and for North Ridgeville, they come in with a record of 1-1, but this is the home opener for the Rangers. They played in the DeFranco tournament last Wednesday. They knocked off Lorain 70-52, and then they played Sunday afternoon against Gilmore Academy over at the Baldwin Wallace Shootout at 12:30 in the afternoon and lost 61-42. For Brookside, this is their first game of the year. They were supposed to play Huron on Friday, and then the Huron Tigers informed Brookside about 2 weeks ago they miscounted and actually had one more game than they needed, so they had to drop that basketball game. So Brookside comes in with their first game, and North Ridgeville, again, this is game 3. Ben Chason's fifth year as head coach of the Rangers, Larry Babbick's fifth-year head coach of the Brookside Cardinals. Both teams are on the court warming up. We've got conversations with both head coaches. After the break, we're going to hear from Larry Babbick, the head coach of the Brookside Cardinals. Following that, we'll hear from Ben Chase, the head coach of North Ridgeville. The conversation with Larry Babbick, that's coming up right after this timeout. This is the WEOL Cage Matchup, live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
This month, get 0% on all 2025 Ford F-150s, including Lightning, regular cabs, super cabs, and Super Duties, plus all Explorers and Escapes.
Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. We've helped thousands of people just like you match skills and experience with a career. We can help you train for a career that is in demand right now. You can even work in your field while taking classes. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Stewart's Appliance. Family owned, locally trusted, and proud to support Lorain County. Whether it's a new fridge, washer, or stove, Stewart's is here for you. Stewart's Appliance, serving families, supporting community.
Brookside taking on North Ridgeville tonight on WEOL.com for the Brookside Cardinals, their first game of the season. We're joined by fifth-year head coach Larry Babbick. And Larry coming in, the lid lifter. You lost 9 seniors. You had another player transfer to another school. Coming off the 17-7 campaign, I guess you never really know what to expect in a season opener, but that might even be especially true for you guys having to replace all those guys.
Yeah, I mean it'll be a real good test tonight. I mean obviously North Ridgeville's extremely talented, coming off a regional run. A lot of their main guys are back, and they're gonna provide a really good test for us.
Even though I just said you lost 9 seniors, they had another player transfer out. The cupboard isn't bare. You got a couple guys returning for you, Alex Era and also Mason Wechter. How important are they, and how has their preseason gone, trying to help the other guys, showing them the way that you want it done?
Yeah, I mean, they're our leaders, so, they lead a lot by example. They've had a really good preseason. I mean, we've been at it since Halloween, so we're kind of we need to play. I mean, we start league play on Friday night, so, but those two guys kind of, like I said, lead by example through hard work. They're not both. Mason's a talker. Alex does a little bit quieter, but they're great kids. They work real hard. They're really, really talented. So, we're lucky to have those guys kind of show the ropes to the newer guys that are in the program, or at least at the varsity level.
How has the preseason gone? How'd you do with your scrimmages?
We scrimmage up. So, I mean, we test ourselves. We like, what we've seen for most part. Obviously there's a lot to work on. Again, we want to play good teams in our non-conference. We want to scrimmage good teams to get ready for for our league and everything. And we feel like, our scrimmage, our preseason will set us up. And, we'll see what happens tonight.
Coach, coming into the season, what do you think the strengths of this team might be? And flip side of that coin, what are some of the things that have you concerned that you want to see how your team does?
our strengths are definitely going to be our offensive, our ability to score, shoot the ball. Like all our guys can really shoot it. But again, we got to figure out something on the defensive end to slow people down a little bit. We like to press and stuff, but we haven't done a really good job of it, in practice and scrimmages. So, we got to kind of figure out some stuff first in the half court. And when you're playing like better teams like Ridgeville and stuff like that, they're not going to slow it down on you anyway. So part of the reason we like to play fast is just to get it to our pace. But Ridgeville likes to play the same way we do. So, my big concern tonight and going forward until we fix it is obviously our defense. So we just have to be better all around, mentally, physically, just being in the right places, challenging shots, rebounding. A lot of that's, again, coaches will always tell you it's not really a skill to play hard and get after it, but we really need to do that on the defensive end to give ourselves a chance with good teams.
I'm sure all the players think they always are playing hard. Is that something where they have to see themselves on film with their peers in a game situation where you can peel it back and go, guys, here's where you're not playing as hard as we need?
Yeah, absolutely. And we film our practice. So they know the camera's always on. So, it's just showing them. And again, I get it. Sometimes, I can't even count the practice we already had. So, you get a little bit of a bore factor in there at some point. But the scrimmages obviously are really good, especially when you have three teams, you're fairly fresh. And again, as much as we run and stuff, so it's not a conditioning thing. It's just, again, they get excited to score, but they don't get real excited from stopping people to score. So if someone's got an answer how to fix that, I'm obviously all ears. So.
Again, we're joined by Larry Babbitt, fifth-year head coach at Brookside, as his team gets set to open up the season at North Ridgeville. Coach, the Rangers come in 1-1. They had a big win at the DeFranco tournament over Lorraine, and then they lost Sunday afternoon against Gilmore Academy at the Baldwin Wallace Showcase. Your thoughts on Ben's team through 2 games?
Extremely athletic. Like I said, all 8 of their guys that played so far that we've seen, they can all shoot it. They love to drive and kick. It's different guys. So there's, usually you can find somebody on a team you can kind of back off a little bit, but there's really none of these guys. They're all confident. They shoot it really, really well. And they'll get into you defensively. They're physical. They have high expectations. Again, they're coming off a regional from last year. So, the bar's high here with these guys. So, it'll be a great test for us.
Coach, coming into the first game of the year, how'd you guys come out of the preseason health-wise? How are you heading into the campaign?
We're good. Everything, we're about as healthy as, you want to be. Ethan Blight came in with a football injury, so he missed about the first 2.5 weeks, but he's kind of rounded into shape. He's going to play a little bit of JV to just help him, get a little bit of extra conditioning. He was on a school trip got cleared, was on a school trip for about 5 days, so, we were just trying to get him back caught up condition-wise, but other than that, we're pretty healthy.
And Coach, I guess in a perfect world, maybe you would have had more than just one preseason game before you head into conference play on Friday. Does that make tonight, whether you win or lose, but does it make it important to have a good showing because you're going to have a conference game, in a couple of nights?
You always want to play well, but, just getting something on tape against a good team, showing some things that we think we do well, and then, vice versa, stuff that we're, getting exposed at, hopefully we can kind of fix in these next 2 days of practice after this game. So, we're definitely glad we've got a game, at least a game, before we go over to Clearview on Friday.
Larry, really appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight and all season.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it.
It's our pleasure. That's Larry Babbitt, head coach of Brookside.
Happy fall and happy football season. Professional football became a fall favorite when it was introduced in 1920. That's 19 years after Ohio Mutual Insurance Group began keeping the promises that secured dreams. Stop in and see us at the Cobos Insurance Center to learn more about Ohio Mutual. Cobos can help you select the right coverage for your needs. Find us online at cobosins.com. If you want to protect your auto, home, farm, or business, you want Ohio Mutual on your team. Hi, Tim Elkhorn, Kev's radio voice. Recently, we had some trees removed. So again, singing the praises of EcoTree Services. In a few hours, EcoTree had removed the unsightly trees, cleaned the debris, and opened the area for a new fence. I can't say enough good things about the people at EcoTree. I've used them several times, always thrilled with their work. If you have trees that require pruning or need to be removed, contact EcoTree, a local business that deserves your business. They've earned mine. Go to ecotreeservices.com.
Continuing with the pregame show, Ben Chase, fifth-year head coach at North Ridgeville. His team comes in with a record of 1-1, and it's their home opener. They beat Lorraine last Wednesday at the DeFranco tournament, 70-52, losing on Sunday afternoon to Gilmore Academy, 61-42 at Baldwin Wallace. Coach, great to have you with us. What have you learned about your team through 2 games?
What have I learned about our team? We've got a bunch of guys that can play together. I think our chemistry is really good and growing right now by the game. When these kids compete as hard as they can, I think they can beat anyone on the schedule. We just need to make sure that that's consistent game in and game out right now.
And I know it's very early in the season, but it's such a long season. And with non-conference games and conference games, and some games are probably more important to the kids than maybe others. How hard is that concept to get through to them to do that every night?
Yeah, that's our number one core value is competitive right now. So that's the expectation. It's a non-negotiable. We break that down on film when they do compete at a high level and when they don't compete at a high level, so they know what it looks like both ways. But last game against Gilmore, I thought there were some tactical things that we weren't ready for 32 minutes of zone. I think that really hurt our chances to score over 4 quarters. So, I don't think we're going to get that tonight. It's just usually not the way Larry plays. But, our kids are itching to get back just after 1 day off. So,
I know it's unusual to play on a Sunday afternoon. I'm not trying to make any excuses for your team. But did that have anything to do with the performance? You think that you played on a Sunday afternoon at 12:30 against a team you're not all that familiar with?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that went into it. I don't think we've ever had a Sunday game in our program history, so it was definitely a little odd. We had really 2 scrimmages on Gilmore, so it was tough to see what they were going to do. They didn't show any zone on film whatsoever, so that was surprising to us as well. But I would say it was more. We weren't ready for 32 minutes of zone. That hurt us early.
Coach, going back to last year for a minute, I remember it was a really good non-conference game over at Brookside. Not that has anything to do with today. I know they lost a lot from that team, but it seems like this has been a good non-conference game for both schools.
Yeah, last year was a super fun game late in the year. I think both teams got a lot of new faces this year, so a lot of question marks coming into this game. They haven't played a game yet. We have 2 under our belt, so there's going to be a lot of adjusting on the fly with personnel, with tactical stuff. So we're going to see how it goes tonight.
How excited are your kids to have the home opener?
They're pumped up. Weird that it happened on snow day, but kids got to sleep in a little bit today, so they'll be ready to roll.
And Coach, again, you gave up 52 to Lorraine, only 61 to Gilmore, even though you weren't happy with your offense. I would imagine defensively through 2 games, are you fairly pleased with what you're seeing?
Yes and no. As far as the result goes, as far as the 50 and 61 points and stuff like that, I think we're going to give up closer to 55 to 65 a game on average, just because of the pace of our game, how aggressive we are defensively, and that's where we want to play, because we expect to score 65 to 70 a game. I didn't think we executed well in the half court against Gilmore. I thought we did an exceptional job against Lorraine in the half court, but those were 2 very different offenses that we saw. So, we know Brookside's not going to run a lot of offense tonight. They're going to get their shots up quick. They usually get a 3 up in the first 10 seconds. So we got to make sure that we hold them to 1 shot and box out so they don't get a lot of looks for 3.
Advantage for you that this is game 3 for Brookside. It's their first game, but they've seen you on film. Obviously, you're playing an unknown. Talk about the advantages and disadvantages of that.
Sometimes you think it's an advantage, but they definitely, like you said, they got more looks on us on film. They probably got some of our calls, some of our things that they can practice and get reps on and practice to prepare for us. I thought that was going to be an advantage with Gilmore, and that definitely wasn't. Those guys are ready to go. All the kids are jacked up for game 1, so we expect them to compete at a high level tonight. But we as Rangers expect to execute better over 4 quarters.
Again, we're joined by Ben Chase. He's the 5th-year head coach of North Ridgeville as they get set to take on Brookside in a non-conference basketball game tonight on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page. Coach, what are some of the strengths of this year's North Ridgeville team, you think?
I think three-point shooting, even though we shot it horrendously last game, but three-point shooting for sure. I think our team will be right around 38 to 40% over the course of the year. I think we got some great athleticism on our team too, and I love our guard play this year. So those are the strengths, and we got to make sure we maximize those the best we can.
And then the flip side of that coin, is there an area of the game that you need to see improvement out of your team? Is there any area of concern that you've seen through 2 games?
Defensively, 100%. We have got to continue to get better. We need more reps and time together because we've only had 8 practices so far as a full squad, so that defensive chemistry will come with time, I'm sure. But, we got 9 games before Christmas. It's got to happen now. So we're working every day to make sure that happens and it doesn't lose us any more games.
Coach, how's the health of the team heading through 2 games?
We have 1 injury. We lost him early in the year. Cam Troyer, off the bench, 3-point shooter for us. He's coming back from a sprained ankle right now, but nobody's really seen him yet. So other than that, we're great.
All right, Coach, if you would, finally, could you give us North Ridgeville starting 5?
Yeah, we're going to go Duke Baker, Mason Allison, Luke Rowe, Colton Mack, and Cole Miller.
Again, we're joined by Ben Chase, as the head coach of North Ridgeville. Ben, thanks for your time.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we offer the greatest customer experience around, plus upfront, no haggle pricing and great deals. Right now, lease the 2025 GMC Sierra for just $339 a month. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Happy fall and happy football season. Professional football became a fall favorite when it was introduced in 1920. That's 19 years after Ohio Mutual Insurance Group began keeping the promises that secured dreams. Stop in and see us at the Cobos Insurance Center to learn more about Ohio Mutual. Cobos can help you select the right coverage for your needs. Find us online at cobosins.com. If you want to protect your auto, home, farm, or business, you want Ohio Mutual on your team.
And welcome back to Brookside. Rob Polinsky, joined now by Jared Kozar, Nick Hershey, doing the camera work on WEOL.com and on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. Glad you could join us here tonight for non-conference basketball. Jared, this was one of our favorite games of the year a year ago, albeit it was later in the season. But what a show these 2 teams put on at Brookside last year.
Really competitive basketball game over at Brookside, and you expect nothing less from these 2 teams that, again, Larry Babbicks, I think, looks at this sort of as they're in our backyard, too. It's a rival for us in a matter of speaking, and certainly never one to back away from the challenge. For Ben Chase, had a chance to check out his team in a pretty dominant victory over Lorraine last week at the DeFranco Classic, and they're really, really looking to get back on track after a loss on Sunday. As you mentioned, a kind of a rare Sunday situation, and see what they can do here tonight, Tuesday. It feels like basketball season when you get 3 inches of snow on the ground.
Right. Nothing like having basketball season. The kids are off school. It's welcome to 25-26 winter schedule. Larry Babbicks talked about it, told me that he's appreciative of bigger schools in the SWC that are willing to play him. Whether it be North Ridgeville or Avon that they play every year. And now they've added Amherst because they had that late drop by Huron, so they've added Amherst. So Larry made a point to me, talking to me, saying that, he appreciates the fact that teams in the SWC and area teams will play him because he goes, they're D1 and 2, and we're a little smaller, kind of a no-win, but he's very appreciative of that.
2 things really stick out about that. Teams want to go at a back-to-back league champ, I think, to test themselves. And again, the kids know each other. They've grown up in neighboring communities, so it makes sense that they want to have that sort of competitive camaraderie. At the same token, I think it speaks volumes about the respect they have for Larry Babbicks and his programs over the years from Columbia and then on to Brookside to say, we can get better, we can learn a lot about ourselves with this opponent.
Yeah, it shows you what Brookside has done over the last couple of years, defending LC8 champs. Our 3 officials tonight, Joel Jansura. Great to see him again. I haven't seen him in about a month. He looks better tonight. Rick Sikora, who is the lead official, and Gary France. Jumping center, it will be Cole Miller, the quarterback from the football team, going up against Mason Wechter, 6'6" versus 6'5". We'll get to the starting 5s here momentarily. And the tip is controlled by the Rangers, and they wear the white jerseys, white shorts. They're trimmed in blue and gold. Brookside, they've got the road black jerseys, black shorts, and they're trimmed in red and white. Near half court, Duke Baker being harassed defensively by Colton Casey. Baker gets around him. Baker into the forecourt. Now a baseline jumper goes up around the rim and out. No good by Luke Rowe. Rebound Wechter. Wechter will get it ahead to Alex Era. Era and Wechter are the two returners for Brookside, and they bring back a lot. Wechter, top of the key three. You're going to see a lot of that, and he makes it. And Brookside takes a 3-0 lead, 40 seconds in. Into the forecourt. Baker kicks it on the right side to Allison. On the left wing now, another three. That goes up, no good. Wechter with a rebound, but the outlet gets stolen. Cross court, they get the basketball to Luke Rowe. Rowe behind the back, and it went off of a Cardinal and out of bounds. Here's our starting fives for Brookside. Alex Era, Mason Wechter, Colton Casey, Zeke Lind, and Noah Munoz. For North Ridgeville, Duke Baker, Luke Rowe, Mason Allison, Cole Miller, and Colton Mack. They're going to outlet it to Colton Mack. He's averaging 8.5 points a game through 2 games. Mack with the basketball, thanks to Ben Chase, getting his stats through 2 games. We'll get you those numbers as we can. Luke Rowe with a Euro step. Now he kicks it out in the corner. 3 ball goes up, no good. Mason Wechter went for the rebound, lost it out of bounds. North Ridgeville retains possession.
North Ridgeville, there is no tape on Brookside, but they seem to have found something that Brookside does. They're taking a lot of threes here to open up the contest.
They're going to get it up top. With it is Mason Allison. Allison over to Duke Baker, launches one, misses it. Again, the rebound goes off Wechter and out of bounds to Ridgeville. So even though Ridgeville isn't technically getting offensive rebounds, Jared, it keeps going out of bounds off Brookside Cardinals. So in essence, it is another possession.
Yeah, still staying on that side of the floor for Ridgeville. And
Baker with a beautiful pass and putting that up, and then it's Mason Allison. That's well done. 3-2 Brookside as the Rangers get on the board. Alex Era into the forecourt. Era, and it's going to be stolen away by Cole Miller. And Miller, the quarterback, goes up and one-hand slam. Cole Miller with his first points, 4-3. He's averaging 5.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 assists, and 4.5 blocks. I know it's only 2 games, but holy smokes, Jared, that's a whole lot of things Cole Miller's doing for this team.
And he's only going to get better once he adjusts to basketball shape. And again, 9 games before Christmas, according to Ben Chase. Not a lot of time to get your bearings.
Good point. And we're going to get a whistle, and it goes out of bounds off the Cardinals. And it'll be North Ridgeville basketball.
3 quick turnovers for the Cardinals here as they, had that early 3-0 lead. They've seen that evaporate.
Larry Babbitt's with his longtime assistant Brian Kelly next to him. And for Coach Ben Chase, he's got a new assistant. Longtime head coach Kevin Sapara is over on the North Ridgeville bench. Mason Allison up top with it to Luke Rowe. Rowe just inside the volleyball line. Now they're going to lob it in the corner for Miller. Kicks it back out for Luke Rowe, and Rowe will lose control, and here come the Cardinals. Mason Wechter, 6'6" junior, one of the leaders of this team. Wechter on the drive, put it up, no good. Fight for the rebound, got it, no. He's fouled, will shoot 2. His brother was one of the seniors, one of the 9 seniors that they lost from last year's team.
Prolific 3-point shooter was Nolan Wechter, and Mason's going to pick up right where I think Big Brother left off. Any indication, I think we already saw him uncork the 3-ball earlier. He's got a chance to do more damage here at the line.
Free throw, around rim, and it went in. Mason Wechter 4, North Ridgeville 4. 5:19 to go first quarter. Rob Polinsky, Jared Kozar, Nick Hershey, courtside at North Ridgeville High School, or at North Ridgeville Academic Center, if I'm going to be correct. Second free throw, no good. I think Nick Hershey saw both of these places earlier.
Got the whole tour.
In the forecourt, on the baseline. They're going to kick it in the corner. Colton Mack with it. Mack gets it up top. Mack back over on the right wing to Mason Allison. Zeke Lind is there defensively. Allison at the foul line. Kicks it over in the corner to Luke Rowe. Rowe, baseline. Just into the game is Danny Freeze for Brookside. There's a 3-ball up top by Duke Baker. He hit it. 6'1" junior Danny Freeze into the lineup for the Cardinals. And that's Alex Era with the basketball. Back out to Freeze for a 3. Got it! All right, that's Ethan Blythe. Let me correct myself. Ethan Blythe with the 3, and it's 7-7. Miller kicks it back out to Rowe. Rowe into the paint. In the corner. Back outside. Rowe measures it. Goes in the corner. And with it now is Colton Mack. You have Cole Miller and Colton Mack for North Ridgeville. 3-ball up, no good by Duke Baker. And here come the Cardinals the other way. Halfway through the first quarter, we're tied at 7. Alex Era leaves it for Zeke Lind. After thinking about it, takes a 3, misses that one. Rebound in the corner, run down by Blythe, but he saved it to a Ranger, and that Ranger is Luke Rowe. Gets it into the forecourt, hands it to Duke Baker. Baker working on Wechter, back up top, Miller triple. Air ball, rebound, Wechter. Wechter ahead to Alex Era. Era with the basketball. Era, Ethan Blythe, they play catch. On the drive and laying it up, no good. Rebound is taken out of there by Duke Baker. Baker ahead of the pack, laying it up and in is Mason Allison, the sophomore with 4 points. 9-7 North Ridgeville. Lind at the other end, quickly put it up and in over Cole Miller, who was trying to block it. Tied at 9. In the corner, Luke Rowe back outside to Colton Mack. Ridgeville is yet to make a substitution. Brookside has gone to the bench twice. Get it inside Cole Miller, and the quarterback scores. He's got 4. Cole Miller, his team up 11-9. Alex Era with it, Era, and we're going to get a whistle and we get a foul. Joel Jansura says the foul goes on North Ridgeville.
Really good pace to this one right now. That foul aside, you haven't had a whole lot of stoppages here, as is evident by the fact you said Ridgeville hadn't made a substitution. Some fresh bodies coming in for the Rangers now, as well as the Cardinals in this 11-9 first quarter.
Yep, for the Cardinals coming back in as Colton Casey started and then came out. And I'll get to the North Ridgeville player momentarily. Lind in the corner to Wechter for 3 off the rim, no good. Rebound back out to Wechter, same spot, puts it up, nobody's fouled. And for North Ridgeville checking in Jackson Compton, he's a junior. North Ridgeville Rangers, Hayden Stefanchik, who just checked into the game. Stefanchik, as a freshman, averaging 5 points a game in the first 2 games. Free throw is good by Mason Wechter. Again, this is the first game of the year for Brookside. North Ridgeville comes in at 1-1. This is the home opener for the North Ridgeville Rangers. Line left for Wechter, spins it, shoots it, got it. And now he'll take his 3rd of 3.
Big trip to the line here for Mason Wechter if he can convert.
Tied at 11 with 2.5 minutes to go first quarter. And he got all 3 of them. And Wechter off to a good start. He's got 8 of his team's 12. 12-11. The Brookside Cardinals with a slim lead. In the corner, Miller. Blythe with good defense. Knocked it away to Wechter. Wechter going the other way. Gets it in the corner to Lind. He's not shy. He'll take it and hit it. Zeke Lind with a triple. That's already 3 triples for the Cardinals in the first quarter. They lead 15-11. 2 minutes to go, opening quarter. Stefanchik back up top to Compton. Compton gets it in, and Baker puts it up, no good, but he got his own rebound. Back out Stefanchik. He'll take a triple. He'll miss it. Rebound fought for. Baker lays it in. Baker with 5. Lind with it. Lind into the forecourt. Lind on the drive. Baseline pass is going to be knocked away. They fight for it. Compton came out of there with it for the Rangers. He'll get it to Cole Miller. 90 seconds first quarter. Rangers down by 2 with a basketball. Stefanchik, cross court. They're going to get the ball now to Colton Mack, the junior. Loses control. Stolen away. Laying it up. Laying it in is going to be Colton Casey, his first points of the night. Casey, a 5'11 junior. And it's 17-13 Brookside. Stefanchik with it, lost it on the way up, and Wechter comes out of there with it for the Cardinals. Wechter into the forecourt, looks ahead, gets it to Lind, another 3, that's off the rim, no, and over the backboard. North Ridgeville basketball, subs for both teams. For the Cardinals, Alex Era coming back in, Danny Freeze coming back in, and for North Ridgeville, Luke Rowe started, he comes back in.
previous years, you'd be accustomed to the Larry Babbitt's line change where you'd
Yes.
have 5 new bodies. Depth was never a problem for him. Don't know that it is now, just trying to figure out what you have on this new overhauled roster.
Exactly. Opening night, trying to figure it out. Compton with the basketball. Compton loses control. They're going to fight for it. Still no call. Now we get a jump ball from Rick Sikora. And the possession will go to the Cardinals. Wechter got a brief, and I mean a brief respite. They want to bring him in for his offense. And also, Lind is going to come back in. North Ridgeville's going to counter. Cole Allison, a junior, into the game for the first time. He'll replace Cole Miller. Era in the backcourt. Era gets across the timeline, double team, got to get rid of it. Looking for help, finds Mason Wechter. Wechter with a basketball. Wechter, 25 seconds to go in the corner, back out top for a triple try for Era. Missed it. Wechter with an offensive rebound, back too strong off the back of the rim. Another offensive rebound, and he got it. Well, first you don't succeed. Try again, and Wechter did, and he's got a dozen, and his team is up 19-13. Into the forecourt with it on the run as Baker put it up at short. Rebound, Era. Era with an outlet for Lynn. 2 seconds. One, he didn't get it off. Did not get it off in time. No good. So we have played 1 quarter. And it's Brookside 19, North Ridgeville 13. Back with the second quarter after this on the WEOL Cage Matchup live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Stewart's Appliance. Family owned, locally trusted, and proud to support Lorain County. Whether it's a new fridge, washer, or stove, Stewart's is here for you. Stewart's Appliance, serving families, supporting community.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
This month, get 0% on all 2025 Ford F-150s, including Lightning, regular cabs, super cabs, and Super Duties, plus all Explorers and Escapes.
Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
And welcome back to North Ridgeville Academic Center. Ron Polinsky alongside Jared Kozar. Nick Hershey doing the hard work. He's doing all the camera work. After 1 quarter, Brookside leading it 19-13. An up and down, fast-paced first quarter. I think we got what we expected.
Certainly, and for Brookside, this being their first action of the campaign, they've got to feel good about putting a number like that on the board in that first quarter, and going again on the road in hostile conditions, hostile weather. Ridgeville didn't have school today. Impressive crowd, I think,
yes,
for Ridgeville that showed up here tonight, especially that student section with the free day off.
North Ridgeville down by 6, opens the second quarter with the basketball. Their original starting 5 is on the floor. Baker, Rowe, Allison, Miller, and Mack. Get your Brookside's 5 to begin quarter number 2 momentarily. For the basketball is Luke Rowe. Rowe guarded by Alex Era. Era, Wechter, Lind. Also into the game they have Freeze. And inside they're going to lay it up and in is Allison. And the 5th Brookside Cardinal in the game right now is Lind. With his Wechter. That's a long 3, and he got it. Mason Wechter makes it 22-15. And in the corner, there's a triple try for Duke Baker, and he got it. Baker with 8. 22-18. And there's going to be a steal by the Rangers. They get it ahead to Luke Rowe. Rowe had it knocked away by Era, and he kept it from going out of bounds. Era in front of that Brookside bench got it to Wechter. Wechter runs it ahead to Lynn. Lynn thinking about a 3. Instead, he's going to drive in and lay it in. Nice decision, Zeke Lynn. Sometimes, Jared, I think you take so many threes, they forget about that. The defense does, and a good job by Lynn.
You fall in love with it, and it's almost like he switched gears right there and then just had an open path.
And Luke Rowe might have got away with a walk. Got it to Baker, who was running the lane. He got it. Baker with 10. 24-20 in a highly entertaining first half of basketball. 90 seconds into the second quarter. Wraparound pass for Lynn that got knocked out of bounds. Cardinals keep possession. For the Cards, couple of substitutions coming in. Ethan Bly, who made a 3-pointer in the first quarter. Colton Casey, who had 2 points in the first quarter. Era inbound. Got it to Wechter. Takes it. Air ball. Rowe. Long outlet. Cole Miller. Miller in the lane. Little 4-footer, and he got it. A lot about Cole Miller's game you have to like. He's got 6. Noah Munoz. He'll get it now. Spinning in the lane. Tough shot. Glass rim, no good. Blythe with an offensive rebound, but he was fouled. And Colton Casey had that tough shot. He couldn't get it to go. Foul on Mason Allison. His team's first of the second quarter. JV game went to North Ridgeville rather handily. The junior varsity team from North Ridgeville won 49-26. Ethan Blythe at the line hits his first free throw. Blythe with 4. Blythe again, good again. 26-22, Brookside. Cardinals looking for their first win on opening night here. And Baker takes a 3, or that's Luke Rowe, I'm sorry, missed it. Rebound out to Baker. Now he gets it back to Rowe, and Rowe traveled. North Ridgeville at 1-1. They're trying to get to 2-1 here if they can win their home opener.
You talk about the personnel out there, a lot to like about Miller's game. Certainly Duke Baker playing well. Allison, crazy athleticism. Rowe's kind of the wild card out of there. He can do a lot, but you just don't know what's going to show up and at what time.
Era gets it in the corner, stepping back, taking a 3. Munoz, that's an air ball off the glass. Rebound gets kicked out to Duke Baker. Baker's going to drive the lane, finds a wide open over on the left side. 3 ball by Colton Mack. Mack was wide open. They found him, and it's a 1-point Brookside lead. 5:20 to go in the half. Era with the basketball. Talk with Larry Babbitt's off the air yesterday. Just chit-chatting with him. One of his concerns was you have to cover everybody when you play North Ridgeville. He told me you can't slack off anybody because they've got 5 guys who can shoot on the floor at all times. And right there on cue, we see it. Colton Mack back-to-back 3s, and the Rangers lead by 2. 3 minutes into the second quarter. 28-26. Era. Now the North Ridgeville student section into this game. And that one gets knocked away by Casey to Cole Miller. Miller with the basketball. He's going to hand it right back off to Colton Mack. Cross court to Duke Baker. Baker kicks it over. Now the top of the key 3 off the back of the rim. Missing that was Mason Allison. And Brookside with the basketball. And it's rare to see Brookside slow a game down, but they seem like they want to slow it up here a little bit.
I think that was a flurry they weren't expecting. Get their bearings back a little bit here. Come away with a nice possession if they can.
Era gets it over to Wechter to Blythe for 3, and he got it. Ethan Blythe, his second triple of the first half. He's got 8 off the bench. 29-28 Cardinals as these two teams trade counter punches. Into the forecourt, Casey gets it in the corner to Cole Miller. Pass up top for Mason Allison. Allison off the glass, and he scores. Allison with 8. 30-29 at North Ridgeville, and an entertaining first half of basketball. Top of the key 3 is an air ball by Wechter. It's out of bounds to North Ridgeville.
I think they thought there was some contact adjacent to that 3-point opportunity, but again, these aren't necessarily what other teams might consider empty possessions, especially game 1 and the way that they play basketball for Larry Babbitt's over at Brookside. That's the green light. You have that, whether ill-advised or not. That's something that they probably don't mind.
Danny Freeze back in, Zeke Lynn back in for Brookside, checking back in Hayden Stefanchik for North Ridgeville. They take a jumper, no good, and on the rebound, Joel Jansura says we've got a foul on the Rangers. And it will go on Hayden Stefanchik, the freshman who just checked back in. That's his second. Second as on the Rangers as a team. 3:25 to go first half. 30-29 North Ridgeville, and we have a whistle, and I'm not sure.
A little bit of moisture, maybe?
Okay, a little stoppage here. One of the JV players is Gary France says, can you wipe that up a little bit? A junior varsity player has a better beard than I do out there for North Ridgeville. We noticed that in the JV game.
difficult task. One of the things that you actually excel at is facial hair. And, yeah, that young man gave you a run for your money there.
Hirsch, this is opening night. We got like 35 more of these, buddy. It's our first normal night. You know, the DeFranco, you have those 6 games in one day. But, again, thanks to everybody who came out and supported that and watched and listened as well. As that was last Wednesday, our first game since then. And there'll be 40 games altogether on WEOL.com and on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. Make sure to check out that schedule. You can get it on WEOL.com.
We did a fair amount of making fun of each other then, too, but Delirium had set it in for me at that point.
I bet it did.
After last week. But what an entertaining event that is when you talk about that. 6 games, 1 location, all going to a great cause.
Yes.
And everybody really likes to be a part of that. Larry Babbitt's saying he wants to delay a game on Rick Sikora right now. Tend to agree with him on that. That took a little bit more time to clean up than you would think a spill would.
You would think it did, but want to make sure nobody gets hurt out there. Lind is going to be fouled by Stefanchik. That's his 3rd. So Hayden Stefanchik, even though there's just 3 team fouls this quarter on North Ridgeville, Stefanchik with 3, he's got to come out of the basketball game. He's replaced by Jackson Compton, who played earlier, did not score.
Despite the 5 points a game that he averages, that may be indicative of the freshman status.
Wechter's inbounds is going to be knocked away and stolen. Cole Miller with the basketball for the Rangers. His team down up a point with 3:10 to go in the half. Dribbling around is Luke Rowe. Rowe gets it in the corner to Compton, right back to Luke Rowe in front of the North Ridgeville student section. With it now Colton Mack. Ben Chase up, applauding his team. Backdoor pass from Miller. Miller lost control, got it back, kicks it outside. Mack for 3, misses that one. Rebound, Wechter fighting for it. He's got it. And Wechter will get it to Colton Casey. Here come the Brookside Cardinals. Lind has it. Lind put it up, no good. Lind got it back, put it up, no good. Lind got it again, put it up, and good. Zeke Lind, a sophomore, with 9 points. 31-30. Brookside by 1. Get it into the forecourt. Colton Mack with it. Mack kicks it outside. Luke Rowe dribbling around baseline, and we're going to get a foul on the Cardinals. Just their first this quarter.
That's their first of the ball game. I don't think they had a clean first quarter altogether.
Foul on Danny Freeze. Coming in for the Cardinals, it will be Ethan Blythe and Noah Munoz.
Even Jansura could see that one, though.
He couldn't have the last time we saw him. With the basketball into the forecourt, they're going to get it.
May have seen several.
That's true. Baseline. Now they go right side to Mack inside, putting it up and in. Duke Baker. Baker with a dozen. You knew I had to say. I didn't even know when I was adding him up.
You were really hoping he was going to get to that mark and then some.
Well, if he gets a free throw, then I can say we have a Baker's dozen if he gets to 13. Blythe puts it up, no, but he's fouled, and that foul will be awarded to Colton Mack, his 2nd.
Listen, it's just game 1 of the regular season, so to speak, but don't give away what we can sell, okay? Keep that out there.
Well, I'm trying to give you some ideas.
I'll do the thinking, Ron.
I've noticed that. Blythe at the line. Free throw, got it. Blythe off the bench. 32-32 with 1:49 to go first half. Blythe again, good again. (33-32). Cardinals lead by 1. And bringing the ball into the front court is going to be Mason Allison, a sophomore, with 8 points. He's going to drive, put it up and in. Nice move, Mason Allison. He's got 10. Well, he kind of lulled him to sleep there and then drove right by him. And at the other end, it's going to be a steal error, lost control of it. Pass ahead that Mason Wechter tries to save, but he can't from going out of bounds. And it'll be North Ridgeville basketball with 1:23 to go in the half.
Wechter getting pretty vocal out there in terms of where he wants these guys defensively. There is no doubt who the leader of this Cardinal ball club is.
And he's just a junior.
Right.
But he's been playing since his freshman year. They kick it outside against the zone defense. Duke Baker didn't shoot it, gets it back. Thought about it, doesn't. Baker at the foul line. Baker outside, Compton, a triple try, and he got it. Jackson Compton, his first bomb of the night. And it's 37-33, North Ridgeville, under a minute to go and a half. Lynn for three in the corner, no good. Got his own rebound on the baseline, can't dribble through Mason Allison. Back out to Mason Wechter, top of the key, triple, and he got it. (37-36), North Ridgeville by one. Half a minute to go, first half. Baker, back outside. Compton, another three. No good. Offensive rebound, and it got tipped over to Colton Mack. He laid it in. He's got 8 all in this corner. Is there anybody not comfortable shooting a three on the floor? Lynn will take another three on cue. Misses it. And Blythe tried to save it. Couldn't. It's out of bounds to North Ridgeville.
Now, to answer your question, we'll talk about that and the stats at the half. Ridgeville has put up 17, Brookside 15. So, again, trying to play that Cardinal game and throw it back at them in a matter of speaking.
Colton Casey back in for the Cardinals, replacing Zeke Lind. Lind last year was a freshman at Elyria Catholic. He came back to Brookside, where he was at all through middle school. Top of the key, three ball, back of the rim, no good by Baker. Rebound loose on the floor, 2 seconds, one. Baker, did he get it off? He did, but it was no good. We have played one entertaining half of basketball here at North Ridgeville. Our score at halftime, it's North Ridgeville 39, Brookside 36. We're back with a halftime show. You're watching the WEOL Cage Matchup live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we offer the greatest customer experience around, plus upfront, no haggle pricing and great deals. Right now, lease the 2025 GMC Sierra for just $339 a month. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. We've helped thousands of people just like you match skills and experience with a career. We can help you train for a career that is in demand right now. You can even work in your field while taking classes. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me, when your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
High school football in Lorain County is all about tradition, pride, and community, and that's what Stewart's Appliance is built on. For generations, Stewart's has been the family-owned appliance store you can count on for quality products and personal service. From refrigerators to washers, ovens to dishwashers, Stewart's has what you need to keep your home running. Proud to support Lorain County and proud to support high school sports. Stewart's Appliance, where community comes first.
And welcome back to North Ridgeville. Rob Polinsky along with Jared Kozar, as here at halftime it is the North Ridgeville Rangers with a 3-point lead over Brookside, 39-36. Brookside led after one, 19-13, but North Ridgeville got it turned around. They doubled up their offensive output from the second quarter from the first, outscoring Brookside 26-17, and they win it by a score. They outscore them, and they now lead at halftime 39-36. Want to thank our sponsors tonight: Nick Abraham Buick GMC, Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Lorain County Community College, Cobos Insurance Center, Stewart's TV and Appliance, and EcoTree Services. Taking a look at the individual scoring first for the home North Ridgeville Rangers. Duke Baker, 5 field goals, 2 of them are threes. He's got 12 points to lead the Rangers in scoring. Mason Allison, 5 field goals for 10. Cole Miller, 3 field goals for 6. And Colton Mack, 8 points, all in the second quarter on 2 3-balls and a 2-point field goal. 36 points for the Rangers, starting 5. Starting and not scoring was Luke Rowe, Rowe has not scored, and he averages 16.5 points a game through the first 2 games. He's their leading scorer through 2 games, hasn't scored yet. Off the bench, Jackson Compton with a 3-ball. 3 off the bench, 36 for the starters, gives North Ridgeville a total of 39. Off the bench, not scoring, was Hayden Stefanchik, and he had 3 fouls and had to go to the bench. Cole Allison also played and did not score. For the Brookside Cardinals tonight, they're led by Mason Wechter. Wechter has 3 threes to help him get to a game-high 15. Colton Casey has 2, and Zeke Lind has 4 field goals. 1 was a 3, Lind with 9. So there is 26 points for the starting 5 of Brookside. Starting and not scoring, Alex Era and Noah Munoz. Off the bench, it is Ethan Blythe. 2 threes, 4 free throws, Blythe with 10. 10 off the bench, 26 for the starters, gives Brookside their halftime total of 36. Seeing action off the bench and not scoring was Danny Freeze. So it all adds up to a 39-36 North Ridgeville lead. And here is Jared Kozart with the stat story of the first half.
Well, it was, as you said, a very entertaining first half, Rob, and we can hope for more of the same in store for the additional remaining 16 minutes. Who knows, maybe some more the way this one's going. For the Brookside Cardinals, again, just down 3 here at the break, 39-36. They were 11 of 27 from the field, just over 40% on the ball game, where they did a lot of damage, and they got there early and they converted. That's what you like to see, especially in game number 1. 8 of 9 at the line. So they made those opportunities count for the most part. A little bit of an advantage on the boards for Brookside. So this is kind of an anomaly. I always look at the team that rebounds the ball doing pretty well, and they're usually not turning it over. Well, Brookside's rebounded the ball well, 15 of those in the first half. However, they turned the ball over 9 times. So, maybe that didn't hold true, at least in this instance. But again, just their first half of the 2025-26 campaign. For Ridgeville here at the break, they found themselves 17 of 34 from the field. That's a 50% clip. They did not attempt a free throw. 11 boards to go along with 5 turnovers in that first half of play. The interesting thing for Ridgeville, they canned 5 3-pointers, 5 of 19 from downtown. Brookside able to hit 6 of 15. So, that back and forth affair, I think we're going to see more of it here in that second half. For sometimes, this happens. Maybe the worst thing that can happen to both of these teams tonight is the intermission. Who knows what kind of momentum they come out with, but I think when you look at what we've come to know about Larry Babbitt's over the years, and Ben Chase, even in the brief time really that he's been involved in Lorain County basketball, they both seem pretty tactical in the way they approach things. So, I think it's safe to say as long as this game is on the schedule, we're going to come out here and do it, regardless of what school it's at.
It's one thing if it's 1 year, but boy, 2 years to have back-to-back great games like this. North Ridgeville, they didn't just attempt a free throw, and a lot of that is because how many threes they were taking, Jared. But, Brookside was able to, as many threes as they take, they still go inside occasionally, and they did get to the free throw line a little bit. But 26 points for the Rangers in that second quarter. Seemed like it took them a little while to get their offense going, but once they did, they look like they're going to be tough to stop.
It really came in bunches for the Rangers once they got that stroke down. Again, they missed their first 4 shots from outside. Then after that, they calmed down a little bit. Again, first game for Brookside, but the first home game for North Ridgeville. And again, we talked about it, not a conventional day around Northeast Ohio and Lorain County in terms of the weather that, slowed some things up this morning. No school for some others. And, so it's coming off of Thanksgiving, too, I imagine it's difficult to get back in a routine if you think, well, you're off for almost a week. You come back for a day, then you get another day off. Nobody's going to complain about that if you're a student, but it does make things a little bit difficult.
North Ridgeville, after tonight, they are going to go to Nordonia to take on the Nordonia Knights in a non-conference game. That'll be this Friday night, December 5th. And for the Brookside Cardinals, they open up LC8 play Friday night. They're at Clearview. And then 1 week from today, they'll have their home opener against the Columbia Raiders, Larry Babbitt's former team, the Babbitt's Bowl Round 1, and we'll have that on WEOL.com and the YouTube channel. Our next basketball game will be this Saturday. It's Lorain at Elyria, and that's a special early time. That's a 5 o'clock varsity game. 5 o'clock, Lorain at Elyria. I'll have that on Saturday afternoon, but we want to let you know that obviously the next sporting event on WEOL.com will be this Thursday as it's deja vu all over again. Avon, Cincinnati Anderson, Division II state championship game. Those two teams played the exact time late last year. It was Thursday night, the first of the 7 Division state championships. Thursday night at 7. Jared, I know you and the crew are looking forward to that one as Avon tries to get back-to-back state titles.
Certainly are. All the best to Mike Elder and company as they prepare for that matchup. Boy, what a clinic they put on over at Akron on Friday evening after giving up that opening kickoff return for a touchdown to rattle off 38 straight. Mike Elder and the Avon Eagles are flying high, and they had their sights set on repeating. He's talking about that all year. We're not defending, we're hunting.
Well, and, they take on that personality, and it's, I got to see him a few weeks ago at Wadsworth, and they went on the road and thoroughly defeated Wadsworth on the road, who was undefeated, and I thought, what a performance that was. Well, I think maybe their last 2 weeks are even more impressive, defeating a really good Highland team, and obviously last week just blitzing Walsh Jesuit, who the week before had knocked off a team that most of us have heard of in Hoban.
Yeah, nice couple of weeks for that Avon Ball Club. It's been a heck of a season again, and, I guess you expect to win at that level. They were executing the way they are.
Time to sneak in a break?
Got one. Yep,
all right.
We can do that.
We'll have the start of the second half right after this.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
This month, get 0% on all 2025 Ford F-150s, including Lightning, regular cabs, super cabs, and Super Duties, plus all Explorers and Escapes.
Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Both teams on the floor. Rick Sikora checks with the scorers table, says we're all ready to go. Again, Rick Sikora, Gary France, Joel Giansura, the 3 gentlemen in charge of this. Gary France with the ball at midcourt. He's going to hand it off to Mason Wechter. And Brookside will have the basketball to begin the second half, down 39-36. Rob Polinsky, Jared Kozar with the courtside. Nick Hershey doing all the camera work. Great to have Hirsch with us. In the corner, Wechter for 3 to tie it off the front iron, no good. Rebound ripped out of there by Luke Rowe. We'll get to the starters for the second half momentarily. Out of bounds to Brookside. Rowe, Baker, Allison, Cole Miller, Colton Mack, original starting 5 on the floor for North Ridgeville. And Era, Wechter, Colton Casey, Munoz, and also Zeke Lind, the original starting 5 on the floor for Brookside to begin the third. Lind with a fadeaway. Got it! Zeke Lind, I like what I've seen out of him. He's got 11. 1 point. North Ridgeville lead, just underway in the third. Good pass from inside from Duke Baker as he got it to Mason Allison. Missed the shot, but he was fouled.
Fouls on Brookside, number 33, his first, team's first.
And that will be Noah Munoz who gets called for the foul, his first, team's first. And Mason Allison will shoot a couple. He missed it. Allison in the early going this year, just 2 out of 3 at the line. As a team, North Ridgeville 64%. They've only had 11 free throw attempts through 2 games, and this is their first one of tonight's game.
Yeah, they did not have one in the first half. You took the words right out of my mouth, but looking to find some continuity there, I would guess.
Ethan Blythe off the Brookside bench. High arcing free throw, no good, but an offensive rebound, Cole Miller. Right back to Mason Allison. He's going to drive. Nice outlet pass. Baker measures an open 3, and he got it. Duke Baker, his 3rd bomb of the night. He's got 15 points, and they lead by 4. Offensive rebounding for North Ridgeville has been big. With the basketball into the forecourt, they're going to get it back out to Mason Wechter, a 6'6 junior. And he'll get it out to Zeke Lind. Lind trying to get around Baker, put it up, around rim and out. Rebound Cole Miller. Miller ahead of Duke Baker. Baker in between the circles, cross court with his pass. In the corner, Mason Allison, he'll drive the baseline. Finds Baker, who ran the lane, and he scored. All right, that was beautiful by Duke Baker. Timeout for Brookside. And Duke Baker running the floor, that was beautiful. And it's a 6-point Ranger lead. We've got a timeout. 6:27 to go in the third. It's the Rangers by 6 on the WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Happy fall and happy football. Professional football became a fall favorite when it was introduced in 1920. That's 19 years after Ohio Mutual Insurance Group began keeping the promises that secured dreams. Stop in and see us at the Cobos Insurance Center to learn more about Ohio Mutual. Cobos can help you select the right coverage for your needs. Find us online at cobosins.com. If you want to protect your auto, home, farm, or business, you want Ohio Mutual on your team.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Stewart's Appliance. Family owned, locally trusted, and proud to support Lorain County. Whether it's a new fridge, washer, or stove, Stewart's is here for you. Stewart's Appliance, serving families, supporting community.
Boy, a quick start for North Ridgeville. The first 90 seconds of the third quarter. They go up 44-38, and Larry Babbitt's recognized it, immediately called a timeout. But that was a beautiful bounce pass and a cut to the basket by Duke Baker.
Yeah, they've done well here so far in the early goings. Got to the line, didn't convert the free throws, but were able to stay aggressive. And, yeah, they've opened it up. Larry didn't like what he saw, a minute and a half gone.
And you always can tell when Larry Babbitt doesn't like what he sees. He is a pretty easy read. With the basketball as Alex Era. Era with it. Era goes to Mason Wechter. Wechter kicks it in the corner. Zeke Lind with the basketball. Lind baseline right. Didn't take the shot. Gets it back outside. Now Era driving in. Put it up and he got it. Alex Era. First points of the night. And it's going to be 44-40. The Ranger lead is 4. Colton Mack, who had a good first half with 8 in the corner for Baker. Baker driving the baseline. Wraparound pass. Shot goes up. No good. Out of bounds. It stays with North Ridgeville. Cole Miller. It'll be inbounded. That shot by Miller was no good. Duke Baker lobbing it. Got it to Miller. Back out to Baker. A 3-ball. Rim no. Another offensive rebound. Boy, the Rangers, I know we don't keep track of offensive rebounds, but to me that's a big part of this game. They're out-rebounding the Cardinals, at least at the offensive end. Laying it up and in is going to be Luke Rowe, his first points of the night. With the forecourt is Era. Era has it just inside the three-point line. Era spinning, shooting, missing. Baker rebounding. Long outlet. Mason Allison drives, scores. Doesn't have a, you don't need a big opening for Mason Allison, Jared.
Yeah, he's freaky athletic and pretty convicted about once he gets going, where he wants to go with the basketball.
And his first step, I mean, he can get to full speed like that. 5 minutes to go, sorry.
Bad news for Brookside and the SWC. There's 2 of them on this team. Not 2 Masons, but there are 2 Allisons, and got to think that it's in the gene pool.
Right. 3 minutes into the third quarter. 48-40 North Ridgeville. Their biggest lead of the night now is 8. Foul was on Luke Rowe, his first, team's first. And the ball gets knocked out of bounds. It's going to go and stay with Brookside, much to the chagrin of the North Ridgeville student section. They want every call to go for their Rangers.
Chancellor's got a battle on his hands over there.
They're going to lob for Wechter, but it went off the backboard. It's a turnover. Miller ahead to Duke Baker. Baker puts it up and he scores. Baker with 7 in the quarter, 19 in the game, and it's 50-40. The Rangers now by 10 points, their first double-digit lead of the night. And Brookside, who scored 19 in the first quarter, has scored 21 since then. Lind inside, up, nope, but he's fouled. He'll shoot 2. Foul on Colton Mack. He is the second Ranger now with 3 fouls. Colton Mack and Hayden Stefanchik each have 3. Lind free throw, went in. Zeke, first point of the second, or third point of the second half, gives them a dozen. Cardinals have 3 in double figures. Blythe, Wechter, and Lind. Lind again, missed it. Got 1 out of 2. And 9-point lead for North Ridgeville with the basketball. Again, the Rangers in the white jerseys, Brookside in the road black jerseys. With the basketball, it is Cole Allison, who checked back in, had it knocked away, stolen. They get it to Wechter, wide open, triple right wing, and he got it. Wechter with his 4th bomb. He's got 18, 50-44. With the basketball, Cole Allison. Cole played sparingly in the first half. They get it in the corner to Luke Rowe. Rowe checked there by Wechter. Bounce pass to Allison. Back out to Duke Baker. Wide open triple. Missed it. Rebound Mason Wechter. Wechter, outlet. Long 3. Wow, that's a quick 3 and a long one. Missing that was Danny Freeze. And they're going to get it out to Luke Rowe. Rowe with the basketball. Rowe back outside to Baker. Thought about it, didn't. Finds Rowe. He's open. He'll take it. He'll miss it. Offensive rebound for Cole Allison. And they're going to get it. They chase Rowe. Puts it up. In and out. No good. Rebound Lynn for Brookside. Long outlet. Gets it ahead. Casey missed the layup, but he's fouled. Colton Casey will shoot 2. Alex Era comes back in.
Don't look now, but Brookside closing the gap a little bit here with a chance to do so.
Yeah, it wasn't
a shooting foul, or it wasn't a foul at all.
No, it was just out of bounds. My bad.
Well, so much for what I said, closing the gap here with a chance.
It's December 2nd for me, too.
Boy, it is winter, isn't it?
Yes, Luke Rowe, and it's a harsh. What was that, John Facenda? With the basketball's Luke Rowe. And Rowe puts it up and in. Rowe with 4. 52-46. The lead is 6. Lind, a quick 3, misses it. Cole Miller with the basketball. Miller looking for a teammate, gets it in the corner, gets it back outside. It's going to go out of bounds to North Ridgeville. These two teams just flying up and down the court. This could be a track meet instead of a basketball game. Colton Casey comes in for Zeke Lind. Looking to inbound it. They do so to Luke Rowe. Rowe with the basketball. Rowe, guarded by Era, gets it out to Cole Allison. Allison picks up the dribble, looking, finds it, and there's an extra step by Baker. They didn't call a travel, and a wraparound shot. Missing the running layup was Mason Allison, and the Cardinals have it. Era from Mason Wechter. Era tries to force a pass. They do finally get it to Wechter. Open 3, short. And hauling in the rebound is Duke Baker for North Ridgeville. Duke gets it in the corner to Luke Rowe. Corner 3, got it. Luke Rowe has 7 all in the third quarter. And his team leads by 9 with under 2 minutes to go in the third. Era inside Colton Casey. Tough shot, missed it, he's fouled. Mason Allison will get that foul.
Rod, we discussed in the first half, just all the ways that Ridgeville has to hurt you out there, and Luke Rowe hadn't gotten going yet. Now that he has, you look at him push that lead out like they have. Nice quarter for him, nice quarter for Baker, doing a good job of controlling the glass. They came out of the locker room pretty poised.
Yes. Colton Casey, first of 2 free throws. Line right, he put it in. Jackson Compton back in, as is Hayden Stefanchik. Casey again, good again. 55-48, Rangers by 7. Luke Rowe dribbling around just inside that volleyball line. Gets it now to Cole Allison. Boy, he was open, didn't take the shot. Maybe a little too unselfish. He got knocked out of bounds. It'll be Ranger basketball. Thought Cole Allison had an easy shot there. Inbounding will be Cole Allison. He got it back. Allison runner. Got it, and he's fouled. Cole Allison, his first points of the night. And the junior gives his team a 9-point lead, and the foul will go on Mason Wechter.
In an effort to prove Rob Polinsky wrong, Cole Allison said, I'm going to get a better opportunity here in about 12 seconds.
Yes.
And if he converts, he'll have made a fool out of you.
Yes.
Not difficult to do, but.
No. And he won't be the first, and he ain't going to be the last that does that. Zeke Lind
I'm really rooting for
comes
him.
in. I knew you were. Allison's free throw is good. Cole completes the three-point play. Just 6 points tonight off the North Ridgeville bench, but they lead by 10. They've got a lot of production from that starting five. Alex Era, guarded there by Jackson Compton. They both wear number 3 on their jerseys. They get it outside. Lind put it up, missed it. Rebound Stefanchik, the freshman with 3 fouls coming out of there with it. Caden Stefanchik back outside to Luke Rowe. Rowe flipping around on the three-point line, goes in, put it up, no, foul Mason Wechter, his second, and it'll be 2 more free throws. Tell you what, Wechter is a junior at 6'6". I don't remember how tall he was last year, but it's suffice to say he's taller this year. If he gets another year or two, you could be looking at a kid that's 6'7", 6'8" next year for Brookside.
Yeah, there's definitely room to grow into that frame.
Right.
But yeah, impressive so far.
When you think of a basketball player, that's the kind of build you think of, right? I mean, Mason Wechter looks the part. Luke Rowe misses the first one, tries to make 1 out of 2, and he does.
Well, the prototype is sitting about 4 seats down from you right there in terms of the Wechter lineage. So,
okay.
Yeah.
No wonder he's cheering so hard for his brother. A minute to go in the third quarter. 59-48, Ridgeville by 11. They led by 3 at half. Get it into Lind. Lind with a wraparound pass. It's knocked out of bounds. Brookside led 19-13 after 1, but North Ridgeville turned this around in the second quarter to take a 3-point lead, and now they lead by 11. So in the middle 2 quarters, they've outscored the Cardinals so far by 17. On the inbound, Munoz to Lind. Over now to Danny Freeze. Freeze guarded by Cole Miller, went for a steal. Cole Miller got it. Miller at the other end. Miller laid it up. No, and it was on the rim. Allison missed it. Rebound Baker, and he scored. Boy, I thought that might have been offensive interference. Yeah, Larry Babbitt saying it's goaltending. Doesn't get it. Freeze, open 3, takes it and misses it. Rebound Cole Miller, and we've got a pushing off the ball foul. And if that's Wechter, that's his 3rd. And he might have been frustrated there. Let's see it. It is. Wechter with 3 all in the third quarter.
That's a tough spot to be in for Larry Babbage right now, just trying to figure out what to do. You're down, and now your best player is probably going to take a seat for a while. It certainly does. They pull Wechter from the game with 22 seconds left here on defense. That's the smart move.
Jared, he had no fouls at halftime, and he got 3 like that. So 20 seconds to go. Ridgeville basketball up by 13. Baker, cross court, gets it to Jackson Compton. Thought about a 3, didn't take it. 10 seconds to go. Compton traveled. So Brookside maybe gets the last chance, and now Wechter comes back in for his offense. 9 seconds to go. He'll come in for Danny Freeze. 9.2 to go in the third. North Ridgeville up 61-48. They get it to Wechter. Wechter across midcourt. Wechter steps back, gets it to Lind. 3 seconds, 2. Lind lost control. Back to Wechter from the volleyball line. Off the rim, no good. We've played 3. North Ridgeville 61. Brookside 48. Back with the fourth quarter after this on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
Hi, Tim Elthorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about Eco-Tree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted Eco-Tree. They did an incredible job. The folks at Eco-Tree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me, when your trees need attention or even require removal, contact Eco-Tree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find Eco-Tree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
This month, get 0% on all 2025 Ford F-150s, including Lightning, regular cabs, super cabs, and Super Duties, plus all Explorers and Escapes.
Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Stewart's Appliance. Family owned, locally trusted, and proud to support Lorain County. Whether it's a new fridge, washer, or stove, Stewart's is here for you. Stewart's Appliance, serving families, supporting community.
We've played 3 quarters It is North Ridgeville 61, Brookside 48. Rangers outscored Brookside 22-12 in the third quarter to extend the 3-point halftime lead to 13. Jared, you come to North Ridgeville and you look right in front of us and at the scorers table, Norm Frint. And you look across the way and one of the banners here, 469 softball wins for Coach Norm Frint. He doesn't look a day older than the first time he was coaching here. 3-ball goes up, Luke Rowe put it up and in. Luke Rowe, he has had a heck of a second half, all 10 of his points here in the second half. And the Rangers have their biggest lead of the night, 16. Driving in, scooping and scoring is Alex Era. And the Cards need a lot more of that, but they've got to start to play defense, Jared, if they're going to come back.
Right, down 14 feels like a big number, especially when you're trying to figure out what you want to do defensively.
Allison inside, got it for Cole Miller, shot blocked by Wechter. He's got to be careful with 3, but now we're going to whistle a foul on the Rangers, and it'll be on Cole Miller. His second, team's first of the fourth quarter. Wechter, Lind, Munoz, also Era, and the fifth Cardinal is Ethan Blythe to begin the fourth quarter. They're going to go with Mason Allison. Also into the game is Duke Baker, Luke Rowe, and then Cole Miller and Colton Mack are the 5 on the floor for North Ridgeville. Lind has it. Lind put it up, missed it, got his own rebound. Lind in a traffic jam, put it up, no, but he'll shoot 2. Zeke Lind had a lot of traffic in there, and he was fouled, says Gary France. Foul on Luke Rowe is his second.
This is what you want here for Brookside. Chance to cut into the lead. Clock stopped and figure this out if you're Larry Babbitt's and company. And again, just their first game, so some of this is to be expected. I think we talk about a little bit of a slow period after that blistering first quarter.
Yeah. Lind misses the first free throw. Zeke Lind with a dozen. And he got 1 out of 2. Cardinals lost 9 seniors, and they had another player transfer. So a lot of new faces on this Cardinal team. But I think when they get in the LC8 and get a little, they're going to be, this isn't a big drop-off from that 17 and 17 a year ago. Rangers last year went 10 and 15. Luke Rowe with it. Rowe on the baseline. Rowe back outside. Now they get it over to Baker. They'll get it to Rowe. Corner 3. Missed it. Rebound Blythe. Brookside. To the point guard, Era. Era flies into the forecourt. Doesn't get picked up by Mason Allison until the 3-point line. The Blythe had a shot blocked by Cole Miller. Miller, who was averaging 4.5 blocks a game, got a big one there. Ahead, laying it in is Colton Mack. And there's the versatility of Cole Miller, what he can bring to this team. And a half hook, and it went in. Oh, my. Putting that up and in. Zeke Lind just, I think he had his inner Kareem Abdul-Jabbar come out right there. Got a timeout on the floor. We're going to step aside as well. 5:58 to go in the ball game. 66-53. North Ridgeville on top on the WEOL Cage matchup on the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we offer the greatest customer experience around, plus upfront, no haggle pricing and great deals. Right now, lease the 2025 GMC Sierra for just $339 a month. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Happy fall and happy football season. Professional football became a fall favorite when it was introduced in 1920. That's 19 years after Ohio Mutual Insurance Group began keeping the promises that secure dreams. Stop in and see us at the Cobos Insurance Center to learn more about Ohio Mutual. Cobos can help you select the right coverage for your needs. Find us online at cobosins.com. If you want to protect your auto, home, farm, or business, you want Ohio Mutual on your team.
And welcome back, 66-53, North Ridgeville on top of the Brookside Cardinals. Jared Kozar, one of our friends, Bill Morgan, the one and only Bill Morgan from T County, tuning in tonight. We appreciate that. Great to hear from Bill. Thanks, Bill. Thanks for your insight. And he says, is that Jared doing the game with you? It is the one and only Jared Kozar.
I always preface that by saying the great Bill Morgan. Usually by the end of the broadcast, I say, it was me and the mediocre Bill Morgan. No, he's one of the great guys going.
He is. top of the circle. With it is Luke Rowe. Rowe gets it in the corner now. Colton Mack back to Cole Miller. Miller on the drive, and he slams it home. Cole Miller with a one-hand stuff. He's got 8, and it's a 15-point lead. 5.5 minutes to go. Corner 3 ball, no good. Zeke Lynn missed it, got his own rebound and a blocking foul. Rick Sikora will tell us who the foul's on, and that goes on Cole Miller. And again, Miller had such an outstanding year as North Ridgeville's football quarterback. They went deep in the playoffs, had just 2 losses to the Avon Eagles, who are playing for a state title on Thursday, and also to the Highland Hornets. But another great, great season by Brian Morgan. And there's Mason Wechter putting up a 3, and he got it. Wechter with his 5th triple of the night. He's got 21, and North Ridgeville leads by a dozen. Well, we appreciate Bill checking in. His game was snowed out tonight. He had a high school game that got canceled because of the weather, Jared. They must not have plows down there in Tuscarawas County.
A lot of people found themselves in that position. I think they had a lot more snow in Tuscarawas County than we did.
That could be. Cole Miller with the basketball. Gets it up top. They're going to swing it around to Luke Rowe. Rowe on the three-point line. Rowe traveled. North Ridgeville on Friday goes to Nordonia. Brookside on Friday. They open up the LC8 as they will take on one of their rivals, the Clearview Clippers. And a new era for Clearview as they've got a new boys basketball coach. Coach Christensen stepping down. Get it into the forecourt, knocked away. And it's loose on the floor, picked up. And Mason Allison will put it in. Mason Allison, the sophomore with 14. Boy, what a future he has. Lind inside put it in. And Brookside wants a timeout. Let's see if this is a 30-second. Jared, you want a quick timeout?
We could certainly accommodate that. We'll be right back in a moment here on WEOL.com and the CT YouTube channel.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
And welcome back to North Ridgeville. Our next broadcast for boys basketball will be Saturday. It'll be Lorain at Elyria. The Pioneers off to a nice 2-0 start. So they won at Cleveland Heights on Sunday after winning their DeFranco tournament game that we had for you against Toledo Whitmer. Lorain lost to these North Ridgeville Rangers at that same tournament. That'll be Saturday. That's a special time, 5 o'clock on Saturday.
And I think you could thank the Lyric family for that one, saying they expected the Buckeyes to be in the Big Ten championship game and said, let's get that one out of the way earlier so everybody can go home and watch that ball game between Ohio State and Indiana at 8 p.m. That one has been on a collision course since about week 3.
How about the winner of that will be the only undefeated team in Division I football this year and the obvious #1 seed in the upcoming playoff. And going up for the slam, Mason Allison missed it, went out of bounds. And it is just hard for me to fathom that IU is undefeated in college football. And we'll see those two teams Saturday night.
Played really well throughout the year.
Zeke Lind, a long 3 off the rim, no good. And rebound loose on the floor, picked up in the corner. Wechter missed it. Offensive rebound comes out to Munoz. Right wing, Era for 3, missed that. And a rebound hauled in by Luke Rowe for North Ridgeville. So the Rangers up by a dozen. Time now becoming a factor. Jared, just 3.5 minutes to go in this contest.
Yeah, you had to come up away with a bucket there. They had 3 good looks from a distance.
On the float, the runner goes up and in, and it's Duke Baker. And we get a whistle, Gary France and Larry Babbicks. And an inadvertent whistle. So it's going to be Brookside basketball.
I think Ben Chase just wondered why the whistle was because, yeah, his team just came away with the bucket. They were going to give it up offensively anyways.
Yeah, and inadvertent whistle. 3:20 to go in the ball game. 14-point lead for North Ridgeville. And Mason Wechter with the basketball. The bounce pass for Lind. Lind with his back to the basket. His outlet pass is intercepted by Luke Rowe. Rowe's at an outstanding second half, lays it in. Rowe with 13, all in the second half. Era. And he is going to run over a defender, and taking that charge was Colton Mack from Alex Era.
Yeah, it's a tough spot there for Brookside, trying to battle back, let alone the fact that Wechter knocked down that three when it got kicked back out. But you really can't have a turnover and a player control foul trying to mount a comeback with less than 3 minutes to go.
Luke Rowe with the basketball, his team up by 16. And the Rangers are going to go to the bench here pretty quickly. Rowe lays it in. Boy, after a slow start in which Brookside led by 6 after 1, it has been all North Ridgeville. Mason Wechter with the basketball. Wechter with his pass, and it's going to get knocked away, but we're going to whistle on a foul. Foul is on Luke Rowe, his third. For the Rangers, it's their 4th this quarter. Hayden Stefanchik comes back in, Cole Allison comes in, and Jackson Compton coming in for the Rangers. Wechter with an inbounds, and it went right to Brian Kelly. And Brian Kelly is with Brookside, but unfortunately for the Cardinals, he's an assistant coach, and his eligibility has long been since used. So that's a turnover. I think turnovers on Brookside and offensive rebounds for North Ridgeville, to me, those would be two of the big keys in this one.
It's certainly in the second half as well. And, you know, you said some nice things about Coach Kelly there. You said some things that he might take some umbrage with. We'll have to deal with that on the way out. Thanks, another fine position you put us in.
Ben Chase will join us in the post-game show. We've got a traveling violation. And with it is Lind. Lind with the basketball, 2:10 to go. Lind with a floater in the lane, missed it. Rebound ripped out of there. Cole Miller for North Ridgeville. Miller looking for a teammate, finds Baker. Baker's pass knocked away, but Miller ran it down. Miller into the forecourt, 2 minutes to go. And the outlet comes to Stefanchik. The freshman will launch it, looking for his first varsity points, missed it. And coming into the forecourt will be Era. Era had a shot blocked by Cole Allison, but he was fouled. 5th team foul. They were in the act of shooting anyway, so a couple of free throws here for the Cardinals.
Bonus the rest of the way out for Brookside. It comes too little too late, down 18, but you know, again, in game number 1 for the Cardinals, these are the kind of things and situations that you're going to have to prepare for. And we've talked about it a little bit throughout. You know, league play should favor them a little bit. And I know Keystone looked real impressive over at the DeFranco last week. You got to look at those two as being maybe the top dogs in the conference, as it has been for the past couple of years. Columbia might have something to say about that once all's said and done. But, yeah, it's an interesting league race.
Yes, Larry talking to me thought that the league would be deeper than it's been. Era makes both free throws. He's got 6, all in the second half. 76-60. Minute 40 to go. Miller got it, and he'll get it over to Compton. Compton on the baseline, gets cut off, looking for an outlet. Gets it to Duke Baker. The lefty takes it, misses it. Rebound comes on to Munoz, and he is going to be fouled. And we'll have free throws for the Cardinals. Cole Miller gets called for the foul. Noah Munoz looking for his first points. Line right, he has 2 chances. He'll have one more, missed that one. 6'1" junior. Second one, and he makes 1 out of 2. 76-61. Compton, long outlet pass is going to be overthrown, and did it get tipped or not? It'll be out of bounds to Brookside.
Chronicle Telegram photographer David Richard had a chance to make a play on that. He just sidestepped that. He looked like a guy from Space Invaders. Just made the move to the side. Did not make any play on that whatsoever.
You know, David is a man of many hats. That looks like a new one from here. I don't know if I've seen that. We'll have to I'm sure in the post game we might be able to see what that is.
Something tells me we'll get a good look at that.
Jim Brady, speaking of the Chronicle Telegram, he's here. You can read his article tomorrow in the Chronicle Telegram. Jim Brady, veteran sports writer. Wechter with the ball. The runner in the lane is good, and we've got a timeout for Brookside. Timeout on the floor, 1:05 to go. Rangers by 13. We're back after this live on WEOL.com and a Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
This month, get 0% on all 2025 Ford F-150s, including Lightning, regular cabs, super cabs, and Super Duties, plus all Explorers and Escapes.
Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
76-63 North Ridgeville, as they are going to beat the Cardinals in back-to-back seasons in non-conference basketball. As they won last year. I think that game was in February. It seemed like it was a late.
It was later.
Yeah, non-conference game if I remember right.
It was later, and it was, I think in a way, when you look back at the magical postseason run that North Ridgeville had last year, they were great in the tournament. And that might have been the catalyst for them, was going on the road to Brookside and coming away in a game they had to come from behind in. And maybe they found out a lot about what their goals were at that point, because they had a lot of success in March.
On the inbound, there's 1 minute to go. Rangers up by 13. Mason Allison with the basketball. He's going to back it out, and he is fouled. That's just the third team foul on Brookside, so they'll be inbounded.
Brookside, number 33, his second, team's third. Ranger ball.
Yeah, as a low seed, North Ridgeville came on to play for a district crown last year in the postseason.
Right. Baker with it. Baker on the drive. Baker kicks it out. Cole Allison over in the corner. Jumper goes up. Missing that was Stefanchik. Baker with an offensive rebound. He is fouled by Colton Casey. 4 fouls on Brookside. As the Cardinals now down 13, 45 seconds to go. We're going to see some subs coming into the game for the Cardinals. For the first time coming in is Davian Odfer. Also coming in for the Cardinals is Damon Brudot and Alejandro De Leon. With the basketball is Duke Baker. Baker dribbling around. Baker on the drive, kicks it out. Now back up top to Cole Miller. They're playing keep away. Duke Baker, under 30 seconds to play. Baker on the drive, laid it in. Baker with 25, 13 in this half after 12 in the first half. Lind put it up, got it, and he's fouled. Zeke Lind adding to his point total. He's got 19. Also checking in will be Danny Freeze, but Freeze wants to come in for the shooter, so he'll have to wait. Stops the clock with 14.4 to go. Zeke Lind, a sophomore. Missed it. And on the rebound, it comes down to the Rangers. They get it ahead. With it is going to be Allison. Cole Allison dribbling around, 5 seconds. That should do it. As that will do it, they'll dribble out the clock, and North Ridgeville wins it by a score of 78-65. So congratulations to North Ridgeville as they defeat Brookside 78-65. For Brookside, they're going to drop to 0-1, and for North Ridgeville, they will improve to 2-1 on the season. So it was a sweep for the Rangers. They won the JV game 49-26. They win the varsity 78-65. We'll be back with a post-game show right after this timeout. This has been the WEOL Cage Matchup live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. We've helped thousands of people just like you match skills and experience with a career. We can help you train for a career that is in demand right now. You can even work in your field while taking classes. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Fall is the season of change, and when things change in your life, be sure you have the best protection for what matters most to you. At the Cobos Insurance Agency, we're committed to helping you select the best insurance to accommodate the changing needs in your life. That's why Cobos recommends Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. Since 1901, Ohio Mutual has been keeping the promises that secure dreams. Find us online at CobosINS.com. We'd love to help evaluate your insurance needs and recommend the best coverage from the best companies like Ohio Mutual.
High school football in Lorain County is all about tradition, pride, and community, and that's what Stewart's Appliance is built on. For generations, Stewart's has been the family-owned appliance store you can count on for quality products and personal service. From refrigerators to washers, ovens to dishwashers, Stewart's has what you need to keep your home running. Proud to support Lorain County and proud to support high school sports. Stewart's Appliance, where community comes first.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy.
This month, get 0% on all 2025 Ford F-150s, including Lightning, regular cabs, super cabs, and Super Duties, plus all Explorers and Escapes.
Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about Eco-Tree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted Eco-Tree. They did an incredible job. The folks at Eco-Tree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact Eco-Tree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find Eco-Tree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
And welcome back as you look at the crowd filing out here at Brookside High School, or I should say North Ridgeville Academic Center. As Brookside was the visitors, they came over to North Ridgeville and they lose 78-65. For Brookside, it looked good after one quarter. They were up 19-13, but North Ridgeville would take over starting in the second quarter. They outscored Brookside 26-17. They went up 39-36 at half. They outscored Brookside 22-12 to extend a 3-point lead to 13 after 3 at 61-48. And each team scoring 17 in the fourth quarter. It would have the final North Ridgeville 78 and Brookside 65. Let's take a look at individuals for the North Ridgeville Rangers. 4 of the 5 starters in double figures, and the 5th starter had 8 points. How's that for balanced scoring? Duke Baker led everybody with 25. Luke Rowe had 15, and Luke Rowe all 15 in the second half. He came in averaging 16 and a half, was blanked in the first half, and ends with 15. Mason Allison, the sophomore, averaging 11 a game, finished with 14. Cole Miller had 8, and Colton Mack finished with 10. 72 points from the starting 5 of North Ridgeville. Off their bench, Jackson Compton had a second quarter 3-ball for 3, and it was Cole Allison, a basket and a free throw for 3. 6 off the bench, 72 for the starters, gives North Ridgeville a total of 78 points. Seeing action off the bench and not scoring was Hayden Stefanchuk, although the freshman was in the game and he committed 3 fouls. For Brookside tonight, it was Alex Era with 6, all in the second half. Mason Wechter finished with 23. 15 of the 23 was in the first half. It was Colton Casey finishing with 6. Zeke Lind joined Wechter in double digits. Lind had 19, and Noah Munoz had a fourth quarter free throw for 1. So 55 from the starting 5 of Brookside. Off their bench, Ethan Blythe had 10 all in the first half. 10 off the bench, 55 for the starters, gave a total of 65. Danny Freeze started. He didn't score. And then coming in late into the game in the final 45 seconds, not scoring, Davian Adfer, also Alejandro De Leon, and Damon Brudot. And we're now joined by head coach Ben Chase of the North Ridgeville Rangers. And Coach Chase, a little bit of a slow start for your team. You're down 19-13 after 1, but you were able to have a real solid second quarter, the middle 2 quarters, really. And I think the turnovers you caused and your offensive rebounds were a couple big keys. How did you see this one for your team?
Yeah, slow start in the first half. We just had to get comfortable against their zone. I told you in the pregame, we just have not worked a lot of zone stuff, and we've been grinding. We got Nordonia coming up on Friday who's going to zone us for 32 minutes. So at least we saw more of it than we thought tonight. We're getting better heading in that direction in that game. So we finally started guarding the ball a little bit better in the second half. We were just getting roasted off the ball, which put us in some really tough positions to get rebounds. That's why they got so many offensive boards in the first half. We did a good job correcting that in the second half. So,
I know you want to play fast. You want to get up and down. Sometimes can high school teams maybe play too fast and kind of lose focus of what you're doing?
For sure. Like if you get reckless, we finally stuck to our concepts. I think in the second quarter, third and fourth with the zone offense, we were more patient. Got the ball in the middle, kicked it out. We got great shots, and we finally knocked some in. So good for them to just continue to stay patient.
4 starters in double figures. Your 5th starter, Cole Miller, who just fills a stat sheet as I was looking at that you gave me. Man, assists, blocks, rebounds, everything. Steals, points. But to have 4 starters in double figures, that kind of balance, how difficult does that make your team to defend?
Yeah, we got great guard play, and like I told you before the game, we can shoot it. And when guys get hot, we're a dangerous group. And then obviously you got Cole, who is the best athlete on the floor every single night. That kid does a lot for us.
How important was tonight just to get Sunday out of your mind, that taste out of your mouth, get back here, play at home, and get a victory?
Hugely important. This is our first time our community's come out and really supported, so we needed to make sure that we protected home court. Put a good positive note out on the Rangers this season at home, which is huge for us. And we saw some adversity. There's no doubt about it tonight. And I'm really proud of our group that we stuck together and we continue to grind one out.
A couple of years now, you've had a couple of really good non-conference games with Brookside. It seems like these two teams really like to compete with one another, and you kind of bring out the best in each other.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk on the SWC versus the LC8 and all that stuff. But Larry does an exceptional job. That's why he's won 3 straight conference titles, and he's looking for a 4th this year. A lot of respect for that guy. They bring it every single night.
You mentioned that you're going to Nordonia on Friday night. I'm not real familiar, but for Ranger fans, not that far down 480, they ought to be able to come support you on Friday night, right?
Yeah, hope so. Our community is awesome. We have a lot of passionate basketball fans. So just looking to continue the positive momentum at Nordonia on Friday.
And what do you need to do on Friday night to kind of take this momentum into Friday night?
I have to execute against zone defense for 4 quarters. They have a lot more size than Brookside does, even though there's a couple 6'6" kids over there, but they have some really good athletes, some size across the board. And we have got to get better at defense. So that's going to be a big emphasis in the next 2 days.
Ben, a lot of fun to watch your team. Really appreciate the time. Thanks. Enjoy this one, and good luck Friday night at Nordonia, and I'm sure we'll see you down the road of this season.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Again, that's 50-year head coach Ben Chase of the North Ridgeville Rangers. His team victorious tonight by a score of 78-65. They go to 2-1 on the year, and the Cardinals drop to 0-1. Jared, you want me to take a timeout? You want me to keep it here, give it to you for stats? I can remind everybody that coming up in about 48 hours, Thursday night at 7 o'clock, it'll be on WEOL.com and on the WEOL app. The Avon Eagles looking for their 2nd straight state championship as they take on Cincinnati Anderson. Michael Keefe, yourself, Tom Evans will be down there at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Anytime you're at Tom Benson Stadium, it's just a special scene for high school football and a great place for the state championships.
Well, it means you've arrived. Unless you're playing Canton-McKinley, it means that you've arrived. That is the destination for any of these teams that start out with so many aspirations of what's going to go on. And for Mike Elder and the Avon Eagles, hey, one heck of a ride once again, and still more work to do for 60 more minutes. We'll see what goes on there. Quickly, before we get out of here, breakdown-wise of the statistics, Brookside finished the ball game 20 of 51 from the field, right around 40% of the night. The three-point shooting dissipated quite a bit in that second half, and that was a big difference for them. 15 of 20 from the charity stripe, 75%, something to hang your hat on there, I think, for game number 1 of the season. 26 rebounds. They came to play inside, and they didn't get out-rebounded too bad for the contest. 15 turnovers, which they'll look to clean up when they open up league play. For Ridgeville, they found themselves 34 of 65 from the field. Ben Chase and company will be pleased to know 52% on the ball game, and they looked every bit of that in that second half. 2 of 5 at the line. That's, I guess, an area where they need to get to a little more often and convert a little bit more successfully, but they'll have opportunities. 28 rebounds, 10 turnovers, very symmetrical, 5 and 5 when it came to the turnover story, and that tells the breakdown of how we got to our score here tonight from a statistical standpoint on the team side.
Well, Jared, appreciate your efforts. Want to remind our listeners and viewers that our next game on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel as far as boys basketball will be this Saturday. Lorraine at Elyria. Again, that is a 5 o'clock start as we'll make our way over to Elyria High School. Looking forward to that one this Saturday afternoon. And again, this Thursday, it'll be state championship football with Avon and Cincinnati Anderson. 7 o'clock, I'm sure you have a pregame show around 6:30 or so for that as Avon looks for back-to-back state championships against, ironically, the very same opponent. They defeated Anderson last year. It came down to the final play of the game, and this year they look for more excitement, and the Eagles trying to get back-to-back state titles. I think the only time that's happened in Lorain County, I believe EC did that once, like in 83 and 84, or maybe 84, 85, something like that.
It was 83, 84.
83 and 84. So Avon trying to become the second Lorain County school to do that. And then, so this will be my last time with you because people probably don't believe this, but Jared Kozar is actually going to take about a week away from games at WEOL.com, and we're going to try to forge ahead without you starting this Saturday. I'm not going to say what you're doing. That's up to you if you want to. I'll just say that you have is it safe to say, an out-of-town assignment?
Yeah, I will be headed south of the border a little bit to the Caribbean.
Oh, you're going to
a little bit of Billy Ocean.
So you're on cruise control.
Correct. Yeah, so I've got that going for me. Looking forward to that. A great time away. Hopefully, is on the horizon for me. See what I did there, and
Yes.
especially when you wake up to 3 inches of snow this morning, and you think to yourself, Yeah, getting out of here might be the right time to do that. So, but you will be in the capable hands of Peltomania and Dave Rydell. The experience on display over at Elyria on Saturday. The years of service is going to be truly remarkable.
I can't do that math.
No, nobody wants to. So,
Speaking of service, special thanks to Nick Hershey, who came here to do the camera work for us tonight. I'm sure it won't be the last time we work with Nick. Nick Hershey, always good to see you, my friend. We're glad you could find now the North Ridgeville Academic Center, and any one of your family or friends who asks you now, Nick, you'll be able to tell them exactly where North Ridgeville Academic Center is. Once you got here, you did a fantastic job.
Shout out to Hirsch on this one. When we were formulating things, and Hirsch says, yeah, I'm available. I'll help you out if you guys need something. I said, hey, Hirsch, we're going to put you on the camera. Is that going to be okay? He said, it's just a couple of buttons. Come on. If you guys can do it, so can I. I tend to think that he was correct.
There you go. So great to see Hirsch with us again tonight. So for Jared Kozar and Nick Hershey, this is Ron Polinsky one more time. We want to thank our sponsors, Nick Abraham Buick GMC, Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Lorain County Community College, Cobos Insurance Center, Stewart's TV and Appliance, and EcoTree Services. For Jared and Hirsch, this is Ron Polinsky telling you one more time your final score. North Ridgeville 78, Brookside 65. Have a good night, everybody.